Hello, I'm Meredith Miles.
And I'm Andre Trawwell. Together, we decided to research our informatics project on the impact of finance in hospitals using analytics. Join us as we discuss our findings. Cost and quality are of the utmost importance to hospitals. After examining the quantities of data on SAS, we decided to pursue two questions about how finance relates to hospital characteristics. Question 1 was, does hospital bed size impact quality? And do metro hospitals display better quality? After examining the quantities of data on SAS, we decided to choose a variety of quality and financial factors. The factors we chose were operating revenue, due to it being the revenue a company receives in the course of its normal operations, operating expense, which is an expense associated with the general sales and administrative functions of the entity, cash on hand, which are funds that are immediately available to a business and can be spent as needed, inventory turnover, since it's a ratio showing how many times a company's inventory is sold or replaced over a period, and net income, a company's total earnings or profit for a period of time. For quality factors, we chose HAC 3, which stands for Hospital Acquired Condition 3, Blood Incompatibility. HAC 4 AP, pain management of a patient in terms of always being well controlled. HAI 1 CL lower. If this score is above 1, the facility is above the national average for hospital-acquired infections, meaning they have more hospital-acquired infections. And AMI more, heart attack mortality rate. In addition to our financial and quality factors, we chose some hospital statistical and demographic factors, such as JCO, whether a facility is accredited by the Joint Commission, bed size, the number of licensed bed at a facility in whole numbers, and CBSA, the community a facility is in, whether it being metro, micro, rural, or division. To the right, we have a bar chart of hospital bed size. As you can see, most hospitals have under 600 beds. We found this data interesting due that it can relate to quality and financial performance given how many beds a hospital might possess, meaning how many patients they can serve, and thus bring in more money. Or inversely, it's quality. Having more beds meaning more patients, meaning a higher percentage chance of them having hospital-acquired infections and conditions which affect a hospital's quality. After looking at the variables individually, we conducted a bivariate analysis to compare our financial variables, which were our dependent variables, to other quality variables. To further identify possible relationships between factors that might indicate performance, we conducted bivariate analyses. We formed a hypothesis that metropolitan hospitals would have higher quality due to having better financial performance, but inversely having more patients. To try and identify this, we performed a bivariate analysis. To the left, you can see CBSA, which is region, to Hospital Acquired Condition 3, blood incompatibility. On the graph to the left, you can see that division and metro hospitals have a higher percentage rate of patients experiencing blood incompatibility. Most of the metro facilities have a 5 to 15% chance of patients experiencing blood incompatibility, as long with division having a 5 to 20% chance of patients experiencing blood incompatibility. Division and metro hospitals having a higher percentage of patients experiencing blood incompatibility can reflect on their quality performance, but at the same time, these facilities having a higher number of patients, it is also a higher likelihood chance that a patient could experience it, regardless of their quality performance. In the graph, micro and rural hospitals do not have as many incidents, which could be a testament to their quality, but also due to the fact that they do not get as many patients as division and metropolitan hospitals. To gain more information about our hypothesis, we decided to run a regression.
When it came to the testing portion of this project, we ran many regressions on the previously mentioned variables. These regressions revealed plenty of implications concerning our project. To address our question regarding hospital finance and quality, we took a closer look at AMI-MORT, also known as the heart attack mortality rate variable. There were approximately 4,000 observations read, while only 998 were used. This is disappointing because it scales down the amount of hospitals available for us to observe. When looking at the p-value for this quality metric, we were encouraged to see that it was well below 0.05. Therefore proving its significance. R-squared and adjusted R-squared were right around 8%. This suggests that around 8% of the variance of AMI-MORT is explained by the collection of variables ran by this regression. Assuming that a larger operating revenue will correlate with higher quality, we wanted to see how operating revenue may impact the AMI-MORT rate. If you refer to the chart, you will see that for a 94% increase of operating revenue, there is an exponential number corresponding as a dependent number. This may indicate an error made while running the regression earlier. The corresponding p-value for operating revenue is insignificant, as indicated by the large p-value. In an attempt to improve the quality and financial well-being of our organization, it is our goal that within a year we will have increased operating revenue by 5%, as well as lower AMI-MORT rates by 10%. It will be necessary to conduct an experiment to prove the feasibility of implementing such a task. We will observe 150 hospitals nationwide, randomly representing all sizes, rural, metro, and divis. There will be a control group of 50 hospitals that will receive a 5% increase in operating revenue within a fiscal year. All hospitals will be aware that they are participating in this study. However, the control group, or the hospitals receiving money, will be told that they are simply being compensated for their time and willingness. We will observe if this increase in revenue will lead to lower infection rates within the time frame of the experiment, or 1 fiscal year. Once data has been measured, we will observe indicators provided by data measured from the experiment. This will explain any correlations between hospital bed size and will reveal possible correlations between an increase in operating revenue and quality. We will randomly select hospitals and then observe current operating revenue and AMI-MORT rates. We will then introduce a treatment or the control and then make observations of this impact, thus making it an ROXO experiment. In order to proceed to implementation, this experiment must prove relevance and significance to the initial hypothesis. HAC3, HAC4AP, HAI-C1 lower, and AMI-MORT will be measured to see if any significant increase, a p-value of less than 0.05 in quality, has been made due to an increase in operating revenue. These findings will then be analyzed and presented to the committee responsible for implementation.